This is News Hour on Som TV. We beam our signals from Jalingo, Taraba State. Stay connected with us on Facebook at Som TV and catch our live stream on YouTube at Som TV Live. Let's begin with the major headlines. Troops of Operation Delta Safe destroy 53 illegal oil refineries. Over 80 militants surrender with 8 Cameroonian rescued during Delta Safe operation in Akwa Ibom and Delta. FCT police rescued 2 suspected one-chance robber. I am Esther Oka Steven. Now the news in full. Troops of Operation Delta Safe recently destroyed 53 illegal oil refineries and arrested 81 suspected criminals across the Niger Delta in January. According to Major General Michael Onoja, Defense Media Director, the operation targeted sea privacy, oil theft, and criminal camp, recovering arms and ammunition in the process. Furthermore, offensive mission in Akwa Ibom and Delta resulted in additional arrests, while over 80 militants voluntarily surrendered and 8 Cameroonians were rescued. In a related development, the entertainment sector, former Big Brother Naija housemate Tega Dominic has been appointed Special Advisor on Sexual Harassment to the National President-elect of the Actors Guild in Nigeria. She has been tasked with developing policies to protect members, ensuring safe working environment, and managing reporting mechanism. Tega Dominic placed zero tolerance for harassment, advocating respect, accountability, and survivor protection while working to foster a professional Nollywood culture where talent can thrive without fear and with dignity preserved. Meanwhile, in the Federal Capital Territory, police rescued 2 suspected one-chance robbers from a violent mob in Utako, identified as Kefas Akia and Uya Ogowere. The suspects were part of a 4-man gang operating from Nasarawa State. Authorities urged residents to avoid jungle justice, warning that mob attacks endanger lives and compromise investigations. Law enforcement continues efforts to apprehend fleeing gang members, reinforcing law prosecution and public safety. In another development, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, stated her ambitions to serve as a role model for young girls, highlighting a shortage of positive figures for them to emulate. Speaking at the inauguration of this Senator Oluremi Tinubu Dream Center at Obafemi Awolowo University, she encouraged girls to dream positively and believe in their potentials, describing the ICT centers as a platform for inspiration, storytelling, and digital learning. In Edo State, 7 councillors of Akoko Edo local government areas have impeached the council chairman, Alabi Osinogwo, citing abuse of office, financial misconduct, anti-party activities, and disobedience to authorities. The impeachment followed the collapse of peace talk and a failed attempt by 3 councillors to remove the other, whose seats were subsequently declared vacant. Osinogwo denied the allegations, calling the action politically motivated. Similarly, the Anambra State government has directed all schools to resume academic activities on Mondays, warning that defaulters will face closure. Education Commissioner Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude said the directive approved by Governor Chukwuma Soludo applies to public, private, mission, and returned schools. The move follows an executive order ending Monday closures linked to sit-at-home protest as authorities seek to restore normal schooling and economic activities across the state. In Ekiti State, the government approved 76.6 million naira in vehicle and housing loans for primary school teachers to boost welfare and morale. Vehicle loans cover 49 teachers, while housing loans benefit 72 individuals. Officials explained that Governor Biodun Oyebenji aimed to strengthen basic education by motivating staffs. Consequently, improved teachers' welfare is expected to enhance performance, create a better learning environment for pupils, and reinforce Ekiti commitment to educational development across the state. Meanwhile, Kano State Commissioner of Information, Ibrahim Weya, denied claims that Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has lost control following defection to the APC. He emphasized that key ministries including education, health, work, finance, agriculture, and power remains fully operational. Policies continue to be implemented, projects are ongoing, and a cabinet remains functional. Weya urged critics to distinguish political theaters from governance, highlighting the administration's stabilities, effectiveness management, and continuous strategy across Kano State. Additionally, Kano State donated 25 million naira to families of 5 Joint Task Force personnel killed during a bandit clash in Shanunu local government area. Each family received 5 million. Governor Abbas Yusuf reaffirmed collaboration with security agencies, while the military reported eliminating 43 bandits since November 2025. The gesture is intended to strengthen the morale, support bereaved families, and enhance security operations, boosting confidence in law enforcement and public safety throughout Kano State. In Kogi State, various stakeholders, including NGOs, political parties, electoral bodies, religious leaders, and civil society groups, pledged to curb electoral violence and increase women's participation ahead of the 2027 election. At a consecutive forum, cultural barrier, insecurity, and discriminations were identified as key challenges. Participants resolved to promote inclusivity, peace voting, and closer engagement with electoral institutions, aiming to ensure fair elections, strengthen democratic processes, and increase citizens' trust and governance across the state. Furthermore, the Federal High Court in Abuja approved former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello request to travel to Saudi Arabia for the 2026 Lassa Hajj. Justice Emeka Nweti ordered the temporary release of his passport for 10 days, starting 13th March 2026. Bello standing trials for alleged 80.2 billion naira money laundering sought the trip for religious observance. The prosecution did not oppose the request, but maintained that trial dates remain unchanged. In Kaduna State, Governor Uba Sani received 5 awards from Health Sectors Union to revitalize healthcare and improving personal welfare. During the commissioning of the Kaduna State Primary Health Care Board headquarters, he launched modern medical equipment and ambulances, upgraded 255 PHCs, established 23 PHC centers of excellence, added 120 renovated general hospitals, recruited 1,800 health workers, and cleared salaries and promotion backlogs, significantly enhancing service delivery and healthcare outcomes statewide. Similarly, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, distributed 12 ambulances to hospitals across the FCT to strengthen emergency health services. He highlighted alignment with investments in road, education, and health infrastructure. The FCT administration is rehabilitating health centers, recruiting personnel, and improving healthcare workers' welfare. These initiatives aim to enhance emergency response, reduce medical delays, and improve patients' outcomes, ensuring a more efficient and resilient healthcare system in the Federal Capital Territory. Meanwhile, stakeholders and human rights advocates urged the National Assembly to expedite the passage of the reserved seat for women bill during a capacity building forum in Abuja. The proposal recommends 37 additional Senate seats, 37 in the House of Representatives, and 3 per state assembly for female candidates. Experts emphasize engaging men as allies to dismantle patriarchy, increase women's participation, and reduce gender-based violence, promoting inclusive governance nationwide. In Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun formally handed over University of Education Ijegun to the federal government during its 17th convocation. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed with Minister of Education, Professor Suweiba Ahmed. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu announced a 50 million naira endowment for the best graduating female students over 10 years. Abiodun praised federal support for teachers' education and national equity, while the university celebrated growth to over 35,000 students across undergraduate and postgraduate programs, reinforcing education access nationwide. In Lagos State, the police arraigned activists Hassan Taiwo and Dele Frank at Yaba Chief Magistrate Court over protests against illegal demolition and land grabbing. They face 5 charges, including conspiracy, unlawful assembly, and obstruction of traffic. Both pleaded not guilty. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana represented them despite initial objection. The court granted 200,000 naira bail each, with 2 sureties, and adjourned the case to 11th March 2026, ensuring due legal process. Meanwhile, the All Progressive Congress in Zamfara State accused Governor Dauda Lawal for using government house security operatives in intimidate opposition members ahead of the 2027 election, citing the arrest of APC member Bashir Issa Gusau. However, the People's Democratic Party dismissed the claim as false, insisting governance remain inclusive. Both parties emphasized peaceful political engagement, while observers called for accountability in law enforcement and the protection of electoral rights to maintain public confidence across Zamfara State. In national policy matter, the House of Representatives urged the federal government to harmonize poverty reduction and food security program to combat hunger. Lawmakers noted that displaced farmers, especially in the Northeast, lack access to inputs, credit, and infrastructure. Ministries were directed to provide support, including mechanization, irrigation, storage, and extension services, ensuring agricultural recovery, food sufficiency, and national economic stability. Consequently, the federal government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, distributed food seeds and fertilizer to farmers in Cross River State. Minister Abubakar Kyari emphasized support for small-scale farmers. Beneficiaries were urged to use inputs effectively, strengthening productivity and food security. The initiatives aim to reduce poverty, create jobs, and foster sustainable agricultural processes nationwide. In addition, the federal government FGM Power Company called for collaboration with Kwara State to improve electricity under the Presidential Power Initiatives. Discussions focus on energizing feeders, supporting residential and industrial growth, and attracting investors. Kwara highlighted ongoing transformer installation. Reliable power is expected to boost businesses, stimulate economic activities, and enhance living conditions, advancing national energy access objectives. Meanwhile, Nigeria's National Assembly is considering a comprehensive electoral reforms bill introducing electronic result transmission, cross-checking with and copies, downloadable voters card, oversight of resident electoral commissioners, and mandatory digital party registers. While some provisions, including campaign spending limits, raised concerns, the bill is seen as a key step towards credible, transparent, and accountable election nationwide. Similarly, lawyers protested at the Federal Ministry of Finance over unpaid obligation to indigenous contractors totaling 4 trillion naira. Coordinated with civil society groups, they accused of favoritism and demanded the resignation of the Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Doris Uzuka Anite. Stalled payments had caused loan default, asset seizures, and job losses, prompting calls for presidential intervention to ensure prompt disbursement and accountability. Additionally, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission announced that only applicants with strong technical and financial credentials will advance in the 2025 licensing round for 50 oil and gas blocks. CEO Mrs. Enyasen emphasized a transparent, merit-based process with reduced entry barriers. Compliance with the Petroleum Industry Act and digital tools aim to attract investors, improve efficiency, and strengthen confidence in Nigeria's petroleum sector. Meanwhile, the Economic Community of West African States has prioritized peace and security as its target. We now go on a brief commercial break. We'll be right back shortly. Don't change the channel.
Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
Welcome back. Furthermore, Ukrainian authorities confirmed the return of 1,000 bodies from Russia in a recent exchange linked to the ongoing war that began in February 2022. The coordination headquarters for prisoners of war said Russia's claimed the remains were Ukrainian soldiers killed in combat. Russia also confirmed receiving 38 of its soldiers' bodies under agreement reached during earlier peace talks in Istanbul. Meanwhile, the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agencies announced presidential approval for free registration of 250,000 businesses in partnership with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Director General Dr. Charles Odi said MSMEs can register online and SEMDAN will forward details to CAC at no cost. The initiatives aim to restore Nigeria's SMEs base, improve access to credit, and promote economic growth. Stakeholders also highlighted tax reforms benefiting low and middle income earners while supporting SMEs development. Additionally, the federal government has opened applications for the $700 million cabotage vessel to support indigenous ship owners, allowing eligible operators to access up to $25 million each at competitive rates. NIMASAN will oversee disbursements in collaboration with 12 par-qualified banks, ensuring transparency and efficiency. The initiatives aim to boost local maritime capacity, reduce reliance on foreign vessels, retain oil and gas revenue, create jobs, and strengthen Nigeria's blue economy. Finally, rapper Nicki Minaj have received a Trump Gold Card, a prestigious investor's visa that fast-tracks U.S. residency and citizenship. The program typically requires a $1 million contribution to the U.S. Treasury and a $15,000 processing fee. Minaj, a lawful permanent resident since childhood, shared a news on social media, thanking supporters and highlighting her ongoing citizenship process. She recently expressed public support for President Donald Trump, calling herself his #1 fan during an event promoting government-backed investment account for children. The Trump Gold Card program has faced criticism for favoring wealthy immigrants, with some arguing it undermines the traditional immigration pathway. That's all for now. Follow us on Facebook at Some TV and subscribe on YouTube at Some TV Live for breaking news. I am Esther Oka-Stevens. Stay blessed.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. We partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo,